to start either seated in your chair or laying down on your backs. So either or, whatever suits you. It's good to try doing different things like lying down on your back because every once in a while we do have to get down onto the floor for different reasons, right? Picking something up that has dropped. The only way to get down there is to get down there. Unless when you got one of those claws, but still, sometimes some things can't get picked up by one of those reachy kind of claw things. So, or you have to get someone else to get down there.
It rolls under a chair.
Yeah. Okay. Can you mute yourself? Is that possible? Yeah. Good. Thank you. Thank you. You did. Okay. Okay. So just settle yourselves however you want to settle. Make yourself comfortable. This is our last class for this spring session. And luckily, we get to do another one in the fall. Because there seems to be a little bit of money left over from the grant, which is wonderful. Yay, yay, I know. That caught me by surprise. I didn't expect that, but it's absolutely wonderful news. It's really, really good news. So there will be probably 12 weeks again. Okay, so just start to connect to the ground, to this space that you're in. And sometimes we have to wiggle around until we get settled. And that's totally fine. So just begin by noticing the space that you're in. Whether you're lying down or you're seated, what's underneath you, and what's around you. What can you sense around you? If your eyes are closed, or you can sense some light, some shadowing. Your eyes are open, just what you see around you without moving your head. What you can hear wind in the trees. Maybe you can hear some cars somewhere. Maybe you hear something else, dog barking, birds. Just notice. And if you'd like to set an intention for this practice today, you can set that intention. So that intention is meant to keep you focused. So anytime that your mind starts to wander, you can come back to the reason that you're here, that you're practicing. You can shorten it down to like a word or a phrase that you can just keep repeating in your mind. And then slowly start to move your attention inwards and start to check yourself out. You want to notice how you're feeling in your body. Your body speaks in sensation. And just start noticing those sensations.
Can't hear you very well, Marlene.
Oh, you can't. Okay.
No. Is your volume up full?
Yep. Make sure yours is too. Okay, I'll speak a little louder then. Okay. So noticing your sensations. And notice the thoughts and any emotions that might be arising. We're not trying to stop any of that. Okay, we're not trying to clear out your mind. But we're trying to give a little bit of space. Slow things down. The thoughts are going to come. Those thoughts are electricity between your neurons in your brain. So they're always going to be there. Sensations are always going to be there. Your emotions are always going to be there. We just try not to get attached to them and allow them to evolve into big stories. I just want to be aware and be very, well, aware. Notice them. Acknowledge. Okay, now come to your breath. Notice the way that you're breathing. So we're not trying to control the breath right now. We're just watching the breath coming in and out of the body. Noticing if you are a total nose breather or a little bit of through the mouth. And if you do notice yourself breathing in and out through the mouth a little bit, see if you can move it just gently, one thing at a time, so that you're breathing mostly through your nose. And then on your next breath, see if you can fill your whole body up as much as you can. So we're controlling the breath a little bit here. Fill yourself as much as up as you can, and either gently let it go through the mouth, that's okay, but go slow, or let it out through the nose, just a little bit slower. And then do that again when you can. Fill yourself up. Maybe you add a little bit more in this time. And as you exhale, maybe you can let go just a little bit longer, or a little bit more air comes out. And then see if you can do that one more time. Fill up a little bit more. And then let it go. A little bit maybe slower this time. And then let go of the control over your breath. And just allow your regular rhythm to return. Okay, and then very slowly, we're just going to start to warm up the body. So just allow your head just to move from side to side. Nice and slow. Side to side. Don't force it. And today's practice is going to be a little bit more on transitions, transitioning from one thing into something else. So one experience into another experience. So we can even look at this from just moving the head. So the head moves one direction. And if you opened up your eyes, you'd get a perception, you'd get a perspective. And if you move your head over towards the other direction, it's going to be totally different. So a new perspective. So if you had your eyes open, you'd see something different. I'll do that a couple more times. Just noticing that transition. And then bringing your head back to center. And again, that's a new experience. If you opened your eyes, you might see something different. Okay, and then we're going to move the arms. So just move the arms in any direction. Just nice and slow. They can go up, they can go down, they can go side to side. And just notice that transition as you move the arms. Notice how they feel different when they're up. Feel different when they're down. Feel different when they're maybe out to the sides. In front of you. Below you. Maybe wrapped around you. So I'm seeing all these different movements and how they might feel different, bringing different sensations, different emotions, different perspectives. And just notice how you're moving your arms. Okay, and then let's get the hands into that too. So the arms can keep moving if you like, or you can just focus a little bit more on the hands, fingers, and again, just moving them in any way that you like. And just noticing the transition from one movement to the other movement. Just noticing whatever there is to notice. Check in every once in a while to make sure that you're breathing. So sometimes when we're transitioning, we tend to pause our breath. And it's okay if we pause the breath, but just as long as you're aware of it. Let's get into the joints, fingers, hands. And then we can just relax those hands, relax the arms, and then we'll do the lower body. So let's just do the legs. So move the legs in any way that you like. So you can bend into the knees, you can stretch the legs out. And of course, it just depends on where you are. If you're seated, if you're lying down, or something else, how you can move those legs. So any way at all. Let's create some movement, feeling the muscles working, the joints working, and noticing those transitions when you move from one movement into another movement. Some might be a little bit more fluid than others. And then you can add on the feet. So you can do 1 foot at a time. With both feet, you can ankle circles. Wiggling the toes. Point the toes, flex the feet. And again, notice, check in every once in a while to make sure you're breathing.
Sorry, you forgot to turn off that phone.
You again.
Literally, you'll lose this.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Stick one, breathe.
And breathe, yes. Okay, and I'll relax those feet and legs. And we're just gonna do the torso now. So you can move the hips, maybe move them around in circles, maybe wiggle them from side to side. Maybe squeeze your buttocks and release them. So in that pelvic, hip, buttocks area. So you can move around the circles. You can stay seated if you want to, you can stand up, you can keep lying down. You can squeeze the buttocks and release them. I'm just getting some movement into the body in that area. And again, be aware of your transitioning from one movement into the other movement, or if you're doing like circles, the transition from the right to the left side to the front to the back. Whatever else that you are noticing at this moment. Okay, and then we're gonna get into that spine a little bit more. And you can do some sort of a cow and cat wherever you are. If you want to sit up, you can. Or you can just bring the knees into the towards the chest and bring them back out again, or push yourself up if you're on your tummy. You can do cows and cats, whatever serves you the best. You can even do a little bit of a twist that's getting into the spine too. And again, just notice. So a lot of variations here. So you can twist from side to side. You can be on your back. You can move your knees from side to side. You can move your upper body side to side. You can do cows and cats. You're seated. You can try to do one line on your back. It is possible. Just think of moving your pelvis up and down. Just moving that spine all around. And again, just noticing the transition. And make sure that you're breathing. Keep checking into that. And noticing if you do pause, totally fine. Just be aware of that pause. So just moving the spine around and around. And then when you're ready, you can find some stillness just to observe. So just find stillness wherever you are, in whatever position you're in. Totally fine. Take a few breaths. In that stillness, just noticing what's happening here. Okay, then we'll just give ourselves a little stretch. Bring our arms up and above your head, behind your head, wherever it is. Give yourself a stretch. You can bend from side to side. So just stretching out the whole body. So. And then we're going to bring ourselves up onto the feet. So use however you need to stand up. We're going to stand up in mountain pose. So as we're getting up, notice how you're getting up. Notice the transition from down to up. So when we're transitioning from one thing into another thing, we want to try to make that as fluid, as peaceful, as easeful as possible. Sometimes it's not going to be, and that's totally fine. But the intention, just have the intention there of peaceful, calm transitions, okay? Even though there might be little stumbling blocks, little obstacles in the way, okay? So let's stand in mountain pose. So both feet, you can close your eyes for this or not, up to you. Let's take a few moments just to find balance in both feet. Start just by bringing the arms up and down. But anytime if you need to hold on to something like a chair or wall, you can do so, okay? And we're just bringing the arms up and down. So this is just transitioning to bringing the arms up and bringing the arms down. Okay, and then we're going to add on to this in a moment. We'll just do this one more time. Up and down. Okay, and then we're going to lift up one heel at a time. So the right heel is going to lift up as the arms go up. So you're going to bend into your right knee and then bring the heel back down. Okay, a little transition there. And now the other leg, left heel lifts. And the arms come back down on your exhale. Now we're just going to keep alternating. Just nice and peaceful, calm transition. One heel lifts, one heel comes down. Left heel lifts. Good. One more time on each side. Right heel lifts. Good. And the left heel lifts. Good. And bring yourself back down. We'll just take a moment here. Just notice what you notice. How does that feel? You might feel some vibration, some energy moving around your body. Now, we were working last week and I think the week before on shifting weight from one foot to the other foot. So we're going to do that again, but we're going to use our arms. So another transition. Okay, so we're going to bring the arms up. And then we're going to put the weight into our right foot. And the left foot's going to come up just a little bit, or maybe the weight just off the foot. And then bring that foot back down, the arms come down. And again, we're transitioning. Up, right foot lifts up. Just a little tiny bit. And bring it back down. Good. And again, left foot. Balance, breathe. Exhale. Good. And the right leg lifts, and you can bend it into the knee this time if you feel like it, if you find more balance. But again, you just do you. Okay. So up. Left leg and down. And the right leg and down. And the left leg goes up. And down. I'm going to stay here for a moment. Take a moment to pause. And then we're going to come in and out of tree. Okay. So you can take a little bit, go a little slower. Take your time getting into tree. Take your time coming out of tree. Okay. Just go at your own pace. Okay. And we're going to use the arms again. Okay. If you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. Okay. So the inhale, the arms are going to come up. I'm going to put the weight into your right foot first. Left foot's going to come up. And pause here for a moment. Then we're going to bring it back down again. And then we'll do the other side. Right foot comes up. So again, notice how you're planting your feet to find stability, okay? Really pay attention to what you're doing. Focus, focus, focus. And the other way. And into some sort of tree, whatever your tree looks like, does not matter. And now the right foot comes up, find your balance, hold on to something if you have to. And bring that foot down. And now the left foot comes up. And now let's see if we can stay here for a moment. Breathe. Good. And now bring that foot back down. Well, let's do the other foot now. Right foot comes up into some sort of a tree. Just breathe. Pause, breathe. Good. And then bring that foot all the way back down. And just take a moment now. Just notice. Breathe. Who is holding their breath? There's the tendency of doing that. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, so we're going to get it a little bit more tricky. Okay, so we're going to come in and out of a lunge. Okay, So we're gonna take your right leg, just bring it back. Okay, we're gonna come into warrior one to begin with. So 45 degrees on that right leg, left leg's in front, bend into the knee, find your stability. If you need to hold on to something, grab a chair, grab something so you feel stable. Okay, your hips, bones facing the front of the mat. Okay, your arms can be down to start with. Take a moment here, equal weight through both feet, and then let's bring our arms up. Okay, so wherever your range of motion is, if you need to bend your elbows a little bit more, that's totally fine. Just take a few moments to find your balance here. Good. Okay, so now we're going to transition. So to do this, we're going to bring the arms down and we're going to lift up that back heel onto the toes. You can keep that right leg, left leg bent or straight, up to you, okay? Then we're going to bring the heel back down and bring the arms up. Okay, so just go at your own pace. Make sure you really plant your legs. So we really want those muscles strong just to help to support the joints, okay? So inhale, arms come down, lift the heel up. Push into those toes. Exhale, bring it all the way back down again. Inhale. Exhale. You'd want to inhale here and exhale there. That's totally fine too, just as long as you're breathing. Okay, lift up on the toes, find balance, and bring yourself back. Good, let's do two more. And down. And one more. We're gonna stay here for a moment. So you can keep your arms down, or maybe you bring your arms back up. You're high on those back toes. Find your balance. Breathe. Try to remain calm. Good, and then we'll bring that heel back down. And bring the arms down. And we'll step forwards. Take a moment. Breathe. Notice how that transition was in your body. When you get these transitions and they start to be a little bit more fluid, then you can move in and out of them into other poses a little bit calm. With more balance. Okay, let's do the other leg now. So that left leg is going to come back. Okay, you're bending into your right knee now. Okay, hips are facing the front of your mat. Okay, find yourself balanced. And then when you're ready, then bring those arms up. Again, relax the shoulders, open through the chest. If you need something to hold on to, make sure it's in front of you. This can be a lot. It can be a lot. Okay. So let's bring those arms down. And we're going to lift up high on those toes. Doesn't matter if your front leg is straight or not. Just find balance here. It's like we're about to take a step forwards, really. We do this all the time. We just don't slow it really down. Okay, well, let's bring that foot back down and bring those arms back up. And we'll do that a few more times, just really, really slow. Okay, bring the arms down. And then lift up the heel. Bring the heel back down. And inhale the arms up. Okay, let's do 4 more times just at your own pace, okay? You can move your arms separately than your foot, or you can do it at the same time. Make sure you're breathing. Okay, so on your very last one, you're going to stay up here. high on the toes. And then the arms might be able to go up, and we're gonna stay and breathe. Might feel wiggly wobbly, that's okay. Okay, now we'll bring the arms down and bring the heel back down. Yeah, and then take a step forwards. Okay, let's shake. Shake, 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 shake out the ankle, shake out the feet, the arms, the head, the jaw, the tongue, because more than likely you were holding some tension in there, the shoulders, wiggle around. Okay. Now we're gonna do a little bit more. So let's just stand in mountain pose for a moment. Breathe. Okay, so this little bit more is going to be transitioning from that high lunge. So coming from a warrior one to a high lunge to a warrior two. And back again. Okay, so a lot of transitions in there. We're going to take our time. Okay. Breathe. And this is something actually you're probably doing daily. You're moving from one thing to another, but you're just not paying attention of how these movements are in your body. Okay, so let's bring the right leg back. So we're in warrior one again. So the foot at 45 degrees. Okay, so we're going to start there. Okay, we'll bring the arms up. So if any time you don't want to use the arms, don't just worry about your feet or think about your feet a little bit more and add the arms after. Okay, so I will be doing the arms. So if you want to join me with the arms, great. If not, great. It's totally fine. Okay, so find your balance here in your warrior one. Then we're going to lift up the back heel. So we're coming into our high lunge. Okay, so here the foot is a little bit off to the side. So we're going to have to move it back just a little bit and see if you can do that. Okay, if you want to keep it where it is, that's totally fine. Okay, then we're going to pivot it. So we're coming into warrior two. So we're going to move the foot to 90 degrees. And you might have to wiggle your feet around until you find your warrior two. Because ideally you want your heel, your front heel, the bicep, the arch on the back foot. Okay, so you want them kind of in line with each other. Okay, good. And you can float your arms, okay, or not. I mean, you can bring your hands to your hips if you want to, or bring your arms down. Okay, up to you. Okay, and then we're going to come back right back into that high lunge. So we're going to pivot the back foot high on the toes, and those arms are going to come up. Okay, and then we'll go right back into our warrior two, pivot. Back to warrior two. Okay, so make sure you're looking over your left hand, or you're still looking over your left shoulder, regardless where the arms are. Okay, and then we'll do it again. Pivot the back foot. So nice and slow, and your arms are up. Knees can both be bent. You don't have to lock any knees or anything, okay? Okay, and we'll go right back again to warrior two. Nice and slow. Good. Make sure you're breathing. Okay, one more time back to our high lunge, pivot. Okay, and this time we're going to take a big step forward into mountain pose. Step forwards, mountain pose. Okay, take a few moments here to breathe. Okay. Oh. Who's holding the breath? Breathe, breathe, breathe. You'll notice some energy. You'll notice in your hips, you probably feel something in your knees, your ankles, your thighs, your shoulders. Your shoulders, yes. That was probably from tensing up. Even if the arms are out, the shoulders are soft. Okay, so we're holding up our arms, not necessarily with our shoulders, but with the muscles in our arms. So we're just floating them, okay? But you don't have to do the arms if those aren't working for you. Okay, So let's get back into warrior one on the other leg. So this time the left leg is going back. So again, 45 degrees. Okay. Bend into the knee, and your arms can be down, or you can bring your arms up, wherever they feel right. So equal weight through both feet. Okay, we're breathing here, we're noticing how we're planted, stable, holding on if we need to hold on. Okay, and then we're gonna lift up that back heel. Okay, so it's somewhat like a high lunge. Don't worry about it too much. Where it is, if you want to pick it up and bring it back a little bit more behind you, you can, but you don't necessarily have to. Okay. And then we're going to pivot into our warrior two. So pivot, and then maybe you can adjust the foot. We'll have to do this the other way. Okay. And then we'll go right back into that high lunge. Okay, pivot the back foot. High on the toes if possible. And then pivot once more into warrior two. And make sure you're breathing. Relax the arms and the shoulders. Good. Nice strong legs. Make sure that that knee stays over the ankle. Sometimes the knee wants to go inwards, so try not to let it. Okay, let's pivot again. Pivot into a high lunge. Good. And then back into your warrior two. But no, you should be facing this way. Oh, just pivoting that foot. Yes, there you go. That's okay. So just pivot the back. Yeah. Okay, let's do it again. Pivot the back foot. And up. That's okay. And back again. Good. We'll do that one more time. Pivot the back foot up on the toes, facing forwards. Up on the back toes this time. Yes. With the arms up in front of you. Yeah, there we go. And then take a big step forwards. Back into your mountain pose. Okay, and breathe. Oh, yeah, I know. All those muscles got used. Take a moment. Breathe. Whew. Okay, we just have a couple more things to do, but we finished that part. Okay, so just breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Breathe and notice. Okay. So we're just going to heel toe the feet apart. Okay, we're going to do that a few times. So bring your feet as close together as you can. And we're going to heel, so move the heels apart, then move the toes apart. Then move the heels apart, then move the toes apart. Then move the heels apart, then move the toes apart, and just stay there. Good. Then we're going to bring our hands to the heart, and we're going to bend into the knees. As far down as you can go. And then bring yourself all the way back up. Bring the arms up. Bring the arms down. Good. And then we're going to go back. So toes come together. Heels come together. Toes come together. Heels come together. And toes come together. Good. Take a moment. We're going to do that again. Okay. Ready? Heels. Then toes. Heels, then toes. Heels, then toes. Okay, arms come up. Hands to the heart. And squat. As low as you can. As low as you can. Good. And then bring yourself all the way back up again. Bring the arms down. Good. And then hinge together again. Toes, heel. Toes, heel, and toes. So that's a really great exercise. The reason being is because we're using our inner thighs, or our adductors, and our outer thighs. Abductors. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do that again, but we're gonna do goddess poses. Okay, ready? Heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, and toes. Good. Bring the arms all the way up. And this time, cactus your arms. Good. Spread out those fingers. Just maybe look at your hands. Make sure your wrists are over top of your elbows and your elbows are in line with your shoulders. Okay. Now squat. As far as you can go. Equal weight through both feet. And don't worry about how low you are. It's okay. Try to keep your body upper body as upward as possible. So the crown of the head's reaching towards the ceiling. Good. And then inhale, we'll reach all the way up. Whoa, that was really good. And then bring the arms down. And then we'll toes, heel, toes, heel, toes. That's it. Oh, Gary, you're so lucky you missed all that. Breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay. Just allow yourself to calm down. Breathe, wiggle around if you need to. Find your center again. Find your breath. Okay. And then whenever you feel ready, we're going to come into a downward dog. So if you need to use a chair, use a chair. Okay. But to get down onto the ground, we're going to bend into our knees. Make your feet a little bit wider. Okay. Bring the arms all the way up. Bend into the knees and push yourself all the way down. You're going to reach down to the ground. Bend into the knees. Okay. That will help to support the back. Plant your hands down. Walk them forwards. Walk your feet back. Right? Or grab onto the seat of the chair and then walk your legs back. Keep a nice healthy bend into the knees. Don't worry if the heels touch the ground. Push equal weight through your feet and your hands, mainly through your fingers and your knuckles. Okay, sit bones up towards the ceiling. You have a lot of space between your ears and your shoulders, head between your arms, chest towards your thighs. Let's take maybe one or two more breaths here. We want to find some balance here. Breathe. And anytime you can come right back down. Okay, and then when you're ready, if you're on the floor, you're going to bring your knees down gently. Don't bump them down. Okay. And so you're going to be in a table, and then you're going to swing your legs around and come and sit down. And if you're going to sit on a chair, you can sit on a chair. Okay, we're going to bring our legs out in front of us. Okay. Sit up nice and tall. So either sit on a knee pad or sit on your chair. You have to put something underneath your knees, like blocks. That's okay too. Sit up nice and tall. Okay, you can also remove the flush so you're sitting up a little bit taller. And we're just going to do a little forward fold. So we're just going to reach towards the feet. Okay, so it doesn't matter where you are. We're just going to go forwards. Forwards, soften, 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 soften. And just relax. Don't force it. You don't have to touch your toes. Just soften. Soften through your back. See if you can direct your breath through the back of your body. Soften your shoulders. Just let the head drop. You might find some stretching happening through the back of the legs, through the back. Take a few breaths here. Okay, and then inhale. We're going to slowly bring ourselves back up. Okay, we're going to bring the arms up above our head. And we're going to circle them back. as much as you can. Put them behind you. Clasp your hands. And open up through the chest. So squeeze your shoulder blades together and then look up. And try to push down, so opening up through the heart and the chest. And then exhale, release that. Give yourself a little shake. And then you can lie down onto your backs. Okay, so if you're gonna stay into a chair, stay in the chair. We're just gonna go into a twist. Okay, so onto your back with your knees bent. If you're in a chair, you're going to sit forwards in the chair. So pretend I'm in a chair. There's a chair. So if you're on the ground, your knees are bent and you're just going to allow those knees to go over towards one side. Just drop them down. Arms can be in a T. And if you're in a chair, make sure your feet are on the ground. Keep your knees centered and we'll just walk the body over towards the right side. You can hold on to the back of the chair, the sides of the chair. Your arms can be out if you like. One arm can be at the back of the chair. So we're just turned over towards one side in a twist. So we're just twisting to one side. And then when you are ready, we'll come back to center. Take a moment, and then we'll twist over towards the other side. So again, if you're on the chair, you keep your knees centered, and you just go over to the other side. And we're not trying to force anything, just keep it really soft. You can move your head in any way that seems good for you or comfortable. Make sure you're breathing. Let's take one more breath here. And when you're ready, bring your knees back to center or bring your torso back to center. And stretch your legs out if that seems good for you. Lean back in the chair or lay on the ground, and you're going to come into your final rest, Savasana. So feel free to move yourself into any position that feels the most comfortable for you. You want to feel very relaxed. Close the eyes. Or create a soft gaze. Again, when we're in this final rest, we're trying to keep as centered as we can. Try not allow the mind to wander and take us on a little journey. We know there's going to be thoughts coming in and out. We know there's going to be some sensations constantly making themselves aware or present, making themselves known. There's gonna be emotions that are gonna be coming up. So when you notice anything, just acknowledge it and then return back to your breath. Just watching it move in and out through the body. Very, very slowly, you're gonna start to bring your awarenesses back. You can stay exactly where you are. Just become more aware. Bring a little bit of movement back into the body, but then create a little bit more stillness again. And we're gonna do alternate nostril breathing without using the hands. And we'll just work on our focus a little bit more. So focus now on your breath, your nostrils, both nostrils. You can look down at your nose or just your inner, when your eyes are closed, just that inner focus towards the nostrils. And then focus on your left nostril. And then start to direct the breath to go in that nostril. And then allow the breath to go out through the right nostril. And then inhale through the right nostril. And out through the left. In through the left. Out through the right. In through the right. And out through the left. Do that 3 more times on your own. Just go at your own pace. In your mind's eye, you're directing the breath through the nostrils, one at a time. When you're finished doing about 3 rounds, just start breathing through both nostrils and take a moment to notice. And then start to create more movement in the body. And bring yourself up to the seat when you're ready. Let's close the eyes again for a moment. You can bring your arms and hands into any kind of mudra that you like. Maybe feeling a connection to the hands to each other, or the fingers to each other, or your hands to your body in some way. We're just finding a connection there. Sit up tall and take some time to reflect on your practice. And notice what you noticed. What kind of sensations came up for you today? What kind of thoughts that seemed maybe out of place or relevant or something else? Any emotions that you maybe expected or didn't expect? How you felt through the whole practice? How you responded through the practice? Maybe thinking about some of the things that we did today that are in your daily day. That most of the movements that we were doing, you actually do all the time. Okay, we will finish our practice. Bring your arms all the way up. Give yourself a nice big stretch. Hands together down towards the heart. And we'll bow into those hands and give ourselves gratitude. We really have to feel grateful for ourselves a lot more. Taking care of ourselves, treating ourselves with respect and the dignity that we so deserve. And also giving gratitude towards everyone else that's in this space with us, sharing in this practice. And we will finish with Om. Take a breath in through the nose. Sigh it out. Breathe in for Om. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for being so disciplined on coming to your practice and just doing something beneficial for yourself at least once a week or more if you practice at home. Yes. Thank you. You're very welcome.